Hey everyone, and welcome to your free masterclass. I'm super excited to share this intel with you and to teach you how to awaken your genius. Even though we're in a time when it looks like there's a dismantling, you can birth something new for yourself. You can birth a new business. You can birth new pathways of abundance, a new way of being. And I'm going to show you exactly how in this masterclass. Give me about 60 minutes and let me go through this intel with you. I promise you are going to have a little mini earthquake inside that'll awaken something new within you. Shut down a couple of screens, close your door. I am telling you that this is going to be intel that is going to change your life. I also want to tell you, yes, I am going to make an offer for you to work with us on a deeper level, but that is not what this whole masterclass is about. I'm going to speak from my heart. I'm going to speak from my innocence, and I'm going to share with you intel that I do believe is changing people's lives. And if it resonates with you and you feel called, then yes, I'm going to invite you to go a little bit deeper with us. The whole intention of this masterclass is to provide you with information, with intel that could and probably will change your life in the next 60 minutes. So I don't mean to be dramatic, but we're in an unprecedented time. There's so much pain, confusion, so much fear because no one really knows what's going on, but we do know one thing, and that is fighting will not heal anything. We need to know what's correct for us. We need to know what is the right choice for our own uniqueness. And I will guarantee you that if you learn who you are, you learn your uniqueness, you will not need to prove it to anyone else, but you can use it to guide your life into a life of freedom. And that's what I want to share with you. So I will see you on the inside. Welcome to the masterclass. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Raquel, reyna, and I am working with my partner, Davidian Lion. In this masterclass, I'm going to provide you with information that you may not have known about. So yes, this is pre-recorded. I'm not live at the moment. However, I am available at any time at support@raquelreyna.com for questions or comments or anything that you want to share regarding this masterclass. In this class, I'm going to be diving into some information about what it means to integrate this intel into your professional life and why it's so important in these times. I am also going to be sharing with you a little bit about why the cookie cutter model doesn't work, why not everyone's designed to be a quote unquote manifestor, why you need to understand your own unique GPS system, that you make decisions differently than everyone else. I am also going to be telling you a little bit about this coaching certification. And if you feel called or driven to take this information and use it for your life or for your clients, I'm going to tell you exactly how you can do that and why it's so important in these times to take this information seriously. So the question I get is, why get certified and what can I do with this information? Why is it so important? And I'm going to address all of those questions in this masterclass. So as we see more and more industries are falling apart, we need to understand the steps forward. So if you look around, we don't trust our news, we don't trust our government, we don't trust our hospitals. And I mean, not that the hospitals haven't done great work, and yes, there are many people on the front lines doing great work, but we need to find out how to heal ourselves. In other words, like, the most important thing about healing is knowing your own immune system, knowing your own body, knowing what to do before you get sick, right? And so we need to understand, when we see all of these things falling apart, what is the empowerment? Well, the inner empowerment is knowing who you are. So whether you're looking for your life purpose or you're out there guiding others to their life purpose, it really helps to have a map. So this program that I'm going to be telling you about, and I'm going to be sharing with you and providing an invitation for you to jump on, a most powerful map to business success, to tools to guide your clients forward, to relationship success, to discovering your purpose, and oh, so much more. The world is changing. Now, what we see happening is we are moving from a labor economy, and this is what you see your grandparents, they were in a labor economy, meaning you would perform labor in exchange for money to pay for your families, to provide a lifestyle for yourself. It was a labor economy. So if you look at how the world was operating and what you needed to do to survive, it was very, very different in this economy. Your parents probably, they were in a service economy. We're seeing the fallout of this. We're seeing the dismantling of this, meaning these systems aren't really going to work for you anymore. But a service economy was you provided service for your income. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, this kind of service economy. This is still what's being taught in a lot of the universities. And yet, if you go to a corporation 9 to 5 and you give your life over, you're not necessarily going to be guaranteed a 401k or retirement. And you're also not guaranteed a lifelong career like you once were. We're also seeing the universities falling apart at the seams as well. All of the loans, people coming out of a university just being completely loan poor, having to pay back hundreds of thousands of dollars and not being able to get jobs in the industries they studied in universities. So what we're going to be introducing to you is something that fits in with the current day economy. So we moved from a labor economy, your grandparents, to a service economy, probably your parents, to an identity economy, which is what we're having now in the evolutionary times that we're in, that we're looking at during this pandemic, during the lockdown. We're seeing a shift, and we're seeing a shift that most businesses are now coming online. And it's a solution-driven business that only you can provide an answer for, only you can solve. It's a business that only you can live in, meaning it's a life empowered by your unique. Now, this is still new. There are still people out there trying to figure out, how am I going to fit in? They will turn over their identity to try and fit into a tribal business or try and, go out there and make something happen. But the truth is that the thriving comes when you find out who you are first, when you find out what your unique gifts are, you empower yourself to be yourself, and you allow your business, your life, your career to be inspired by that. And that is where we're going to see the new economy thrive. And that's where we're going to see people who are outside of the falling businesses and inside those that are going to continue to advance and move forward and thrive. So what human design is saying is that you need to know who you are before you can have a life, a career, a business empowered as yourself. If you don't, there's a world of suffering, chaos, confusion during these times of change that is inevitable. So, and this is shown not just with human design, but many, many spiritual teachings. We see that if you are in your mind, if you're living out of a false identity or your ego, some people would say, you are going to get spiraled out of control with all of the propaganda, the false messages, the fake news, and you don't know who you are. You don't know how to sort through the world if you don't know the truth. And this can also be seen as your own inner light, your own inner knowing. And what I love about human design is that it shows us that there are actual tools and techniques you can use to support yourself through these times. So for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Raquel, Reyna. We are here to help serve the awakening of the empowered individual and knowing who they are so they can create a life and a business that's based on their own truth. My background is that I have been a seeker. I have worked with many, many shamans and spiritual teachers before they were famous. I have my master's in spiritual psychology. And so I have looked and searched and really also have been a serial entrepreneur. So I've been starting businesses since I got out of college. And I've studied a lot. I've seen a lot. I've invested tons of money in the new self-help or the coaching industry as well. And so I do know that there is nothing more powerful than integrating this human design intel into what you are doing. And this is why it's called the creative coaching certification, is because I teach you how to integrate this stuff into whatever service or whatever knowledge you already have, so you can embody the teachings for your own personal development, your own purpose, your own life path, but also be able to integrate it into a career that will serve you and serve your clients in a way that nothing else is able to do, because too many people are teaching what worked for them. Too many people are teaching spiritual psychology tools around being an emotional being as opposed to being an undefined emotional being. The same with the law of attraction tools, even though I'm a huge fan of Abraham Hicks. And I would say that that's part of the reason why my business is so much more successful than many other human design guides, is because I integrate all of those teachings. You still have to know how to use your aura mechanics in the law of attraction. Otherwise, you will get bitter and you will get frustrated if you don't know how to integrate the human design into all of these teachings. So this is a great example of how confused we get when we don't know who we are. So this is a quote from a Swami Vivekananda, who I'm not going to say that I really know his teaching or anything. I just saw this meme and I just thought, what a great example of how to make 30% of the population feel like shiz, basically, because we're not going to be able to be busy. So the quote is, everything is easy when you're busy, but nothing is easy when you're lazy. And this is really judgmental for those people who aren't sacral, and that's 30% of the population, okay? So if you're not a generator or a manifesting generator, then you're going to feel lazy, and you're not going to feel like you can keep up, and you're going to feel like you can't, do anything right, and nothing will be easy for you because you've been conditioned to believe that you're lazy. And so it's such a game changer when you don't look at all these quotes. Even if someone who's a spiritual awake swami or spiritual teacher, they don't always give quotes that serve the entire 100% collective. And so that's why it's so important to understand this intel and to integrate it into your world in a way that's correct for you. So wake up at 6 a.m. and make it happen. You don't have to go far for inspirational quotes, for coaching programs, or even spiritual tools or healing modalities, or even counseling psychology that will not work for the entire population. So, from someone who's studied and tried and really hustled and really struggled, and found myself bankrupt and in a business that just totally suffocated me, and looked around at all of these quotes and all of these things, and why are these people making $1 million? Okay, so the point is that you don't have to look far to see inspirational quotes that will burn you out, that will not serve you, that will not serve everybody. And if you don't know this, you might just feel at the end of your rope, especially if you've struggled and tried a lot of different things and you still aren't thriving. It's usually because you're not living your design correctly, and a couple of tweaks around the deconditioning can transform your life to one that will be massively thriving. You may have asked yourself, why does that work for her and not for me? And it's usually because there's something in your design, your aura mechanics, that you're not properly understanding. Your aura is not only the energy communicating, meaning your aura walks into a room and communicates something that you don't even realize it's communicating, okay? But your aura is also dictating your results. So if you're out there initiating action, or you're trying to do some business, or you're working with someone, it's your aura that's doing the talking. Your aura is creating the results. Your aura is the thing that is generating the response that you're getting from your clients and from your social media and from your family. Your aura is the thing that is working 24/7, even though your mind may not understand it and may not know what the F is happening or what is going on. No matter how much you've studied or how many books you've read, there's something deeper going on. So when you learn your aura strategy, your body's intelligence. It's how you truly manifest. But without knowing the knowledge of how to use it properly, your business, your life, your teaching, your career results will remain inconsistent or hit or miss. So what does your aura look like? Well, each aura and each type is a little bit different. And what you're going to learn in this DIY coaching certification program is how to properly live as yourself, while at the same time learning how to properly guide other people to live as themselves. You really can't do that unless you live as yourself first. And in order to live as yourself, you have to overcome the conditioning of your mind, and that takes time. You really need to not just know the book knowledge of this stuff. I am going to implore you and to encourage you to actually do the work. Because when you actually study this stuff, you make a deep transformational shift. So do yourself a favor. This is popular for a reason, because this is needed for the next 7 years. And the only way to really bring it forward is to really, really go deep and to really live it and to create a transformation in your life. When you create a transformation in your life, you don't need to market BS. You don't need to market 6 figures and BS stuff. You don't have to get out there and hustle. You get to be who you are. You get to be yourself. You get to love what you're doing. You get to attract people when you're a generator, a manifesting generator, easily. For projectors, you get to stop working 9 to 5 and you get to be yourself. And you get to guide and lead, guide and direct as you're designed to do. And manifestors, you're finally empowered to friggin' get out there and make shit happen, because you're not conditioned to be a sheep and to follow along and wait. No, you are empowered to be yourself. And reflectors, you get to finally be the unicorns that you are. But we need to live this stuff. And that's what this DIY course is. It's experiential. First, I guide you through my own personal journey and experience, and then I explain to you how to feel it by what to observe when other people are different from you. What are you watching? What are you learning from their behavior? You get to see it, and then you get to learn it and be it and really embody this stuff in a huge, huge way. And when you embody it, then you get to bring it forward into your business and watch your business explode. Yes, there is a reason why so many people are bringing it into their businesses, because it's true. Everybody needs this stuff right now, and it will help your business. But learn it first. Learn it first. So your unique superpower is exploding when you live it. Not by book smart teaching it, living it, being it. And then you also get to see the not self theme and how that is revealed. So manifestors, your not self theme is anger. And this is 9% of the population. The manifestors in business are the starters. They're the innovators. The generators and manifesting generators, your not self theme is frustration. And in the human design business BG5 world, you are the builders. You will love to work. You will love to work in something that absolutely feels amazing to you. You will thrive when you're not giving over your energy for someone else's dream. You're not giving over your energy for something that doesn't align for your truth. And projectors, you are the advisors. You're, in business, you actually are here to do business. You're here to lead, guide, and direct. So you make great coaches. You make great leaders. But you've been told also as projectors that you're not here to do business. Well, you are. You are, but in a unique way. Also, if you don't know your human design, you will experience an extreme amount of bitterness, running and jogging to keep up in businesses that you're absorbing and amplifying the energy, but it's not you, so you're running on fumes and you're just pitter-pattering, ready to collapse. And oftentimes projectors do need to actually collapse for a little bit and unplug before they have the strength and the power to wait for the invitation. And reflectors, you are the evaluators in business. And yes, you may experience disappointment in the world around you, disappointment that the world isn't living their truth. And that is your not self-theme. But don't you want to live in your superpower? Because if you're not operating correctly, your aura emits chaos and confusion. Your aura is chaotic and it shows a lot of confusion, but you don't even have to speak it. It just is that. When you're trying to make something happen, you're going to experience a lot of confusion if you're not operating correctly as yourself. We also are all designed to make decisions differently. I like to equate this as your own personal inner GPS system, but you do have to learn how to use it, okay? It's a tool, but it's not intuitive in the same way that your intuition may be guided for you as intuitive. According to Uruhu, the intuition and a lot of the spiritual tools were great for the 7-centered being, but not for the 9-centered being. For the 9-centered being, we needed to learn our GPS system, which is part of our human design inner authority. And everyone's different. So if you've heard things like follow your heart, ask your guides, make a list, just follow my personal formula, you know, like a coach will say, follow my strategy, follow my lead, and you'll have success. Or get a tarot reading or something like that, or ask a psychic. Any of these things are disempowering your own inner authority. So think about that for a moment. Let that settle in. So many teachers have told me to follow what they do, and they can't help themselves but give advice. And a lot of advice is great, but most of it will lead you astray. Some of it might not, and then you're just confused. Like, why did that piece of advice cause me to go into bankruptcy and this piece of advice helped? And you don't know what worked and what didn't work because you don't know that you may have accidentally stumbled into your own inner authority decision-making process. And I know that is true for me. Some things I was invited into and they just worked out, but I didn't know why it worked out. And so, and then other things felt like they were right, and I got tarot readings, and so many people said, yeah, go for it, and it just fell and, you know, almost caused total collapse in my business and life and everything, because I didn't understand how to operate correctly as myself. And this is stuff that someone can tell you book smart, but you really have to embody this, and you have to live it, and you have to experiment with this. And this is why I encourage you to be doing this certification. Now, the DIY is do it yourself, meaning you're going to be able to take all this information, integrate it into your own time, study whenever you want. You can study at midnight, you can study in the morning, you can do this every single day. Now, we also have live classes where we weekly meet with a group. Now, you're going to get recordings of these, so you'll get the recordings, you'll understand what they're like. And if you want to do live, you can always jump into our live calls. We have a waiting list for that. So when we do it live, obviously we can't add people anytime when we do it live. So you can get on the waiting list for our live classes, or you can go ahead and start with this DIY program that you will have the link for right here on this masterclass page to go ahead and get the DIY, get all of the courses, all of the study, and learn it at your own pace. And again, we are available for you as you go through this material at your own pace. We are available via email for you, any questions that come up. So if you don't learn your own unique decision-making process, you usually are not happy where you land. There's a lot of confusion. And then you also cannot guide other people properly. If you don't know the uniqueness of each person's inner decision-making strategy, then you will inevitably lead them the wrong way. So now that you've heard this, you can't unhear it. If you're a coach or a teacher or anyone who's working with people, it's really incredible to have this tool so that you can guide people correctly. And once you really learn this, and you will begin to awaken to an entirely new way of operating. You will have right action. You will be led to the right timing. You will be led to how to guide other people. You will be led to the right business. You will be led to well-being. You will be led to a life you love and a business that feels correct for you. Is it magical when you align to yourself? It truly is divine. It truly is magical. It is synchronistic. It is beautiful. Regardless of your type, when you get to be yourself, there is a freedom. There is an incredible freedom. And then, of course, the clarity on how to make decisions as yourself. No more relying on someone else. No more making lists. You know who you are. You know what is right for you. And this is clarity on why some of your clients might succeed, while others do not. And then we will teach you how to incorporate this intel as a career that is correct for you. So once you dive into the initiation, we are here with you every step of the way. We give you access to our membership site. You just create your own password and you will be given a login. And once you get into the membership site, you're given the recording of the live class, but also a module. So you listen to the module and you get the intel, and then you listen to what the live class may have asked, the questions they may have had. Then you can come into our Facebook group and it will 100% change your life and change the life of your clients. And I'm telling you, it's also really important for this 2020, 2027 shift that we're happening and what we're seeing as the world begins to change. There is a mutation happening. And according to human design, it says that the beginning starts in 2027. And right now we're seeing the dismantling of the old. And so learning human design was actually designed for these times, to learn your aura mechanics. And I have to say, from someone who's studied a lot of different tools, I do believe this is one that is a total game changer in your business and your life, with your clients, with your families, with your relationships. And it's very affordable to go through the whole curriculum and get certified so that you can bring this intel out into the world and become a human design professional. If you have any questions, you can email us at support@raquelreyna.com. You can go ahead and purchase the DIY certification level 1 right here on this page. You will immediately be taken to the membership site where you can create your own login and you can dive into the intel right now. But if you want more information or you want to know how you can utilize this for your particular situation, your particular life, or whatever other questions you have, we have a great support system and team that will answer all of the emails at support@raquelreyna.com. So do not hesitate to reach out to us. But we thank you so much and hope that you received some amazing information. We are super grateful to have you part of our community. And if you have any questions, I will look forward to personally answering them. And if not, and you're ready to dive into this certification, I will see you on the inside. Have a great day, everyone.